So TikTok got banned today. Yeah, whoa, yeah, it's gonna be that video. Yeah, it's gonna be that video. Oh, I know y'all love y'all TikTok. Oh, I know y'all like TikTok. Don't leave me, TikTok. I know y'all ugly crying over TikTok. I know people are like, well, people had their livelihoods on TikTok. I'm like, okay, there's people who've been laid off and fired off of their job, or their company went over, their company experienced a merger and acquisition, or the restaurant closed. Let me get out my biggest, hugest violin and just swan song y'all asses to oblivion, okay? Um, I could care less. I don't like TikTok. TikTok is banned in my home. I don't get on TikTok. My kids are not allowed on TikTok. It's blocked from our computers and our phones. So I don't just say this lightly. I put my money where my mouth is. So is Snapchat, so is Instagram, so is Facebook. I have a Facebook account. It's super private, super, super, super duper private. And it's just for me to post videos and pictures of my kids to my relatives and close personal friends. If you're watching this video and you're Facebook friends with me, then you know my real name, you know what my kids look like, and I trust you with that information. There's not many people online that know my real name and that know, that I'm Facebook friends with. I just, Facebook to me is just for friends and family. It's just privacy. Um, I don't have a Twitter account. I do have a bluesky account, which advertises my YouTube channel. I have a Weverse account, which is for my K-pop stuff, which I use to make posts and keep up with news about K-pop groups. That's what that's for. I don't have Snapchat. I do have an Instagram account that's linked to my old business. I don't ever get on there. I don't do it. I don't have social media is not here for me to do. So people talking about their livelihoods on TikTok, I'm just like, wow. First of all, people have been saying it for years. If you have half a brain, is that anytime you're a content creator, yours truly is a content creator. This is my second YouTube channel. That they've told people that you need to diversify, diversify, diversify. So you need to be having your own Patreon, your own website, because you don't know what these apps are going to do. They can come and change the algorithm just like that, and your channel goes from 1 million views to 100,000, or you're getting thousands of views, you can go down to hundreds. So you're at the mercy of these companies and algorithms, and then people trying to blame the United States government. TikTok could have sold their company when they were talking before they even instituted the law. They could have did this years ago. It's so blaming the government. TikTok could have sold. You think TikTok care whether or not somebody is making some coin on their app? Obviously, they don't care that much because they would have did what they had to do. But the United States is to blame as well because they're greedy, and it's okay for Facebook and Instagram and all these apps I named made in America, run by Americans, to sell your data, which they do, which I don't understand anybody talks about privacy when Americans have pretty much sold their soul. The privacy issue is a moot point in America. We, not just you, not just I, but we in America have collectively sold our soul to social media companies because they have all your data. I can't believe anybody would be freaking out over like vaccinations and, I don't understand why anybody would be talking about chips and medicine when your phone is listening to you right now. Hello, hello, hi Amazon, hi Google. Like they listening to you right now. Like they have you ever looked up something or talked about something in the car with your kids or your spouse or your friend, and then next thing you know, you pull up, you go to Google to search, and then you're like, oh, well, we was just talking about that. How is that popped up? Y'all stop playing with me. So please, I don't want to hear anyone talking about privacy. Now, when it comes to data, they want to sell your data, but they don't want China selling your data. And I don't know what I don't know what evidence the United States has that the Chinese government is doing anything with TikTok. I don't know. That's not my argument. The point is that social media is ruining our society. Social media is warping our children's brains. It is causing more depression. There's whole studies about this that nobody's talking about. Social media has made us more isolated, more cynical, more divided in this country. There is a reason why a lot of apps are banned in other countries. Americans, like every day Every day. Let me go on my rant. Hold on. Walk with me while I talk with you. Okay. Every day. I'm thinking to myself, surely Americans not the stupid. Then I get online and I'm like, yes, Kiki, Americans are the stupid. I tell Americans, y'all do know these apps are banned in other countries. Y'all do know that like X is banned in China. There's various apps banned all over different countries, that they don't get certain apps for a reason. Now, a lot of it is because they're scared of people talking bad about their governments and stuff. Yeah, a lot of it is propaganda and authoritarianship and all that stuff. But a lot of it is that they understand that a lot of these apps that have kids looking at things that they shouldn't be looking at and damage to their societies. So it's a twofold argument. So all these Americans started flocking to Rednote. I have familiar with Rednote and another app called HelloTalk that is owned by a Chinese company. So Rednote or Redbook or was it Shuangshu or whatever that Americans are flocking to, I've seen a bunch of videos on YouTube where people are like, well, we didn't know this is how Chinese people lived. I'm like, this is okay. This Rednote app is like the app, like the Pinterest of China originally. It's like 80% of people on this app is women. I used to be on this app because international. I do a lot of international. Okay, let me say ni hao, ni hao. And to my Korean fans, 안녕하세요. I just say it to tell hello to those. But I'm on different international apps because of language exchange, because I'm into languages and culture. So the Rednote app is actually an app, really, it's heavily censored. It's for people to post like pictures of their cat or their house or their car or their new handbag, like that. It's a lifestyle app. It's not a social media app with all these stupid Americans and international people flooded the app and bringing their divisiveness and effery, which I don't agree with them colonizing an app. I'm like, oh, here comes the Americans, the FS up again. Oh, here they come. Here comes the Americans. But a lot of times they don't know what they're looking at. But then again, the Chinese people on Rednote are, they're trying to do a language exchange. They're interested to see how Americans live. Some of them are sad how Americans live. Like Americans realizing, oh my God, gasp, Becky, we don't have health care and they got health care there. Oh my God, gasp. They can work one job and live in an apartment. Oh my God, gasp. They have affordable housing. It's small apartments, modest apartments that, oh my God, gasp, Tim, gasp, Becky, gasp, Jerome. I don't have to live in a 4,000 square foot home. Clutch the MF and pearls. Lord have mercy, Becky. I don't have to live in a 4,000 square foot home. And I'm single. Y'all all thought Chinese people was like barefoot peasants living it. I can't, you know what? I can't today. They were like, we realized that Chinese people in China are just people. I saw that on somebody reposted somebody's. I was like, so you didn't realize Chinese people were just people? Americans, are y'all this stupid? Are y'all this like myopic? You know what? Don't answer that question. Don't go there. Don't, because they are. Because Americans, I can't believe I live in this country. Okay. I mean, I'm not saying that China's better, but I just can't believe I live in a country with all the access to the resources that we have to learn about other cultures and learn about other people. Of the Chinese Americans that actually live here, I cannot believe, well, I can, but it just dumbfounds me that it takes a freaking social media app for people to be like, they human. They human. They bleed or they eat food or they people. Or they people just like us. Oh gosh, darn it. I'm like, yeah. What were you thinking that they were? What that they were knuckle dragging Neanderthals in China? China has thousands and thousands of years of civilization. I understand the whole communism, and I don't agree with that. I'm not here to speak highly of the communism, because I'm not. I believe in freedom. I know on Rednote app that they, all the LGBTQIA people are upset because they can't. They was like, no, you can't talk that ish over here. And I know people on there trying to show they man nips, and on them apps they won't let you show your cleavage. Look, them Chinese censors are not playing. But I'm just amazed that like people really thought that like Chinese people, we have resources. If you really want to know about Chinese people, you can. There's other ways and avenues. So speaking of other ways and avenues about knowing about Chinese people, there is a language app. There are many language exchange apps you did not know. There are apps you can look up where people can do language exchange, cultural exchange. Sometimes these apps, people have become friends, and also they're good resources when you travel. So you can meet people who are interpreters, travel. So one of these apps is called HelloTalk, and it is a Chinese run app. And it is censored. It's not as heavily censored. Look, y'all don't start flying. Why am I doing this video? Wait, cut the video. Cut the camera, dead ass. Like, look, why y'all, no, cut. Don't y'all flock HelloTalk. I don't want y'all over there. I personally don't want to see HelloTalk flooded with a bunch of Americans. There's enough on there. But HelloTalk is like a hidden gem amongst cultural exchange. It's not just Chinese people. I mean, there's Korean. I'm learning Korean, so I go to HelloTalk. And they have like lessons on there for whatever languages you want. And they have it's a free app. And then also they have like where different tiers you can get different features, just like any other app. But it is a Chinese run app, and it is censored. And they have where you can do live streams, you can do voice rooms. Like HelloTalk is like the gem, it's like a hidden gem that I just found out about like 6 months ago. I didn't know this even existed. But it is a great app, and it looks and built like Instagram. But y'all don't start flocking. Y'all don't bring that, but you cannot bring all of that on these apps. So what I have to say is that I agree with TikTok being banned. I was clapping. I was celebrating. I don't know how long this ban is going to last. Then people are flocking to Rednote and other apps, realizing that these apps are heavily censored, and people are upset about it. But again, in my mind, okay, I never thought in a million years that I would be saying this, because I am all like freedom of speech, freedom of expression, free. But I agree that certain things, I'm not saying that LGBTQIA people need to be banned or they can't talk about, stuff like that. I'm not saying that people should be banned from criticizing their government or public officials. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that certain things should be censored. Like there's certain things on regular TV that we can't show. Like you can't show nudity on regular TV. And even on these apps, you can't, show people naked or people being essayed or anything like that. So there are censors put in place because people try it. But I think that there need to be more censors put into place as to what is shown. Now, people are not going to like that, but I don't think that social media should just be a free-for-all where people can be evil to each other and say me. Like, you can't get on these apps and cuss. Like, that's another thing. Like, you can't get on these apps and be like F, 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 S, 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 B, 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 T, T. Like, you can't get on there and post stuff and with a lot of profanity. I think that's good. You can't get on these apps and have political arguments. I think that's good. If you want to go discuss politics and argue about that shit, go to a community hall, find your own website, or get your own website and go do that. But people use these apps to feel like their anonymity is there. So they can say and do whatever they want to do on all these apps. Bluesky, not just TikTok, all these apps. Right? So what these Chinese apps and a lot of apps worldwide have done is that they're like, you the moment the censors come up, they'll take down your whole page. It'd be like, boom, gone. With no warning. You just go log in and your shit is gone. There are apps like that in Korea. In South Korea, there are apps like that. That you can't do certain things on certain apps, they'll take it down. So people flock to like Telegraph and stuff like that. But like you can't get on Kakao Talk and be up there talking reckless. They'll delete your account. Because Kakao Talk, by the way, is a Korean message app, by the way. And they have like little groups and stuff. But you can't get on there and be talking about, money laundering and stuff like that. And you can't be on there talking reckless. So my idea is that I don't like that social media has become this huge juggernaut of like free speech when we have free speech here. It's people don't want free speech. They want anonymity with their free speech. And I say it shouldn't be that way. You shouldn't be able to go on the internet and say whatever you want to say. When you go on the internet and say whatever you want to say, you better say it with your whole entire bird chest. And there should be some way to get a hold of you. Underneath your post should be your email address. Underneath your post should be your real name. His name is Herbert Stills. He lives in Maryland. So then people would stop that. People wouldn't be so bold. So free speech is one thing. I'm all for free speech, but I am not for anonymity. I am not for free speech and you get to hide behind a keyboard and you can say whatever you want to say and then run off and just, I don't agree with that. Like I said, I'm say it again. I strongly believe in free speech and free expression. I don't believe that you get to just hide your identity. I don't believe in that. If you believe something and you're gonna say hurtful, mean, evil shit to people on the internet, then say it with your whole chest, bro. Say it with your whole chest. Back it up, bro. Back it up. But no, people are cowards. And so people are like, oh, free speech. I'm like, y'all aren't talking about free speech. Y'all talking about anonymous free speech. That's new. That's not a thing that's in the Constitution. Free speech is protected in the Constitution, but it doesn't mean you get to keep your identity anonymous. The only kind of identity things we have in this country is to keep your identity and your brand and stuff from being stolen. But no, there's no freedom of, I want to say what I want to say. Yeah, you can, but your name should be up there. Herbert Stills. I'm just making up a person's name. That's not a real person's name. But I would say that after me using these apps, they're cool. They're a refuge for me. I went to Blue Sky and I'm just like, once again, the hate and the flame train is over on Blue Sky. I'm just like, I don't do Twitter. I don't do none of that because it's too hateful. It's too hateful. I like my channel. My channel's not hateful. I don't have a hateful channel. You try to bring some hateful ish on my channel, I'm just going to block you. I don't understand why people don't block these people. Anybody that comes to any one of my Blue Sky Weavers YouTube, I'll just block you. I don't need clicks and views enough to be selling my soul for a jelly roll. Like people on here will just allow anything on their pages. They allow people to come on their live stream. You come on my live stream talking some bull snooku, you gonna get bounced quickly. If my mods ain't there, I'll bounce you quickly. I don't need you to be on my channel. I'll hide your comments. I'll kick you out. I'll ban you from my channel. It's just that simple. People are like, oh, well, I can just take people saying stuff because it stokes the algorithm and it's an engagement. Yeah, that's nice. But at the end of the day, I'm like, I'm not going to feed into the nonsense. I'm not going to have my space become a toxic space. I don't have a toxic household. I don't run a toxic pages. I don't run a toxic YouTube doing toxic content. Now, if you're doing really controversial subjects like politics and religion, okay, yeah, you got to have thick skin to do that. This is not this kind of channel. I do a happy, giggly, breaking news, history pop, K-pop kind of channel. So here it's all love. Here it's all like, butter and dynamite and boy bands and cute boys. Like that's what I do here. This is my safe space away from all the politics that I watch. And I do watch quite a lot of politics. And the breaking news and the things that have happened in 2025 is just enough. I'm just like, okay, I don't know how I'm going to survive the rest of the year. But, so I feel like, if you have a controversial channel, maybe you court controversy. But the other people who tolerate nonsense, don't tolerate it. But yeah, I'm glad TikTok, ding dong, the witch is dead. Let TikTok die. Or let them be bought out and then y'all are going to flock back to TikTok and not realizing that TikTok is it's killing our souls slowly but surely. But y'all keep on keeping on. I won't be there. So, y'all flock to Rednote. Like I said, it's a good app. It's good to learn. Eventually, Americans just gonna ruin everything. They just gonna ruin things anyway, because that's what Americans do. They go to apps and they just ruin things. So you do have some Chinese people that are nuck if you buck, that are like, where are these? We don't want these foreigners on here, because really, Rednote is kind of like an inside baseball, like a niche app, really for Chinese nationals and Chinese expats too use it. And so with all these foreigners coming, they like, some people are not happy. Like some of the younger ones are like, oh, this is cool. But then other people are like, we don't want all these foreigners on our app. This is our app for us. And then, some of the Chinese people are like, well, we can't have nice things. And they have a right to not have their app colonized. Like, like just, so I would say if you're going to go to Rednote, tread carefully. If you're going to go to HelloTalk is much more of inclusive. But again, Rednote is heavily censored. HelloTalk is censored, but not as heavily as Rednote. But don't y'all come over here because, like I said, HelloTalk is supposed to be a language app, not a social media. People have turned it into kind of like a social media thing. But y'all gonna, Rednote, when people flocked, they've gained so many users, it's like slowed down the app and, now they got to get more data, and which is good for them, as a business. But I just want to have nice foreign things without Americans being there. I guess is what I'm trying to say. Like, I just want calm, peaceful apps without Americans bringing all their Americanness. And that sounds horrible as me being an American, but it's just true. Like Americans, they don't know how to act. They like that badass kid that like people didn't know how to raise, and then a lot of them don't have home training. Y'all seen them kids. Y'all know kids like that. Y'all know y'all friends that you have friends like that you have kids like that don't know how to act. And they bad and you can't take them nowhere. And then so y'all know what I'm talking about. Americans just go to places and sometimes don't know. They don't have good home training. They don't know how to act, especially on social media. And so I would say that, please don't join Rednote. If you go in there to post pictures of your puppies and your kittens and your house and your garden, if you're a peaceful person talking about, positivity or something like that, yeah, you can come on to Rednote and HelloTalk. Come on. But all the rest of that chicanery and effery, y'all wait to TikTok. Y'all take that to X. Go on to X. Don't come bothering Chinese people with y'all stupidity. So go on now, go on. So go on. That's all I gotta say today. So go on now. Go on now. Go on.